is a severe weather alert.
An update on the status of bushfire emergency warnings and severe weather warnings that are current for parts of Australia. There are still a number of emergency warnings current. For the Central Plateau of Tasmania, the Great Pine Fire is over 10,000 hectares in size, and 6 separate emergency warnings have been issued, as well as 3 watch and acts. They are for Shannon, Todd's Corner, Maina, Liawini, Penstock Lagoon, and Barron Tier. Meanwhile, the watch and acts are in place further to the east and south away from the fire zone at Wilburville, Flintstone, and Morass Bay. We saw a southerly change envelop the fire ground overnight. That's caused temperatures to drop, and it is much easier to fight fires in these conditions today, but it is still a large and powerful fire that will take considerable work. For more information on the fires that are occurring near you in Tasmania, visit the TFS website, fire.tas.gov.au. While it's cooled down in parts of Tasmania, a severe intensity heat wave remains for parts of South Australia, New South Wales, and also along the Murray-Darling River. Temperatures today are set to hit 40 degrees, and the State Emergency Services in South Australia has issued an extreme health heat alert, with temperatures expected to hit 40 degrees during tomorrow and little respite offered overnight. Meanwhile, in Western Australia, a severe weather warning has been issued by the Bureau of Meteorology for damaging winds, heavy rain, and damaging surf. Gales have already started to develop across the coast, and heavy rain has also fallen for the coastal fringe of the far southwest. Damaging wind gusts could extend inland to areas like Katanning later today. A low has developed off the coast overnight. A belt of gales will then move across the coastline and into parts of the inland areas during the course of this afternoon and evening. A severe weather warning for these 3 features is between Busselton, Bunbury, down to the Margaret River area, and across to Albany and inland of the Katanning region. Damaging wind gusts are the most likely feature with this, with heavy rain likely about the far southwest and the potential for damaging surf leading to coastal erosion developing later today about the exposed coast. For assistance in storm damage, contact the State Emergency Services on 132 500.
Controlled fires continue to burn in Tasmania today following a day of hot, dry weather. Now we are seeing an increase in fire danger to end off this week, although we have seen a southerly change move over the state overnight. Now to the southwest of WA, where all eyes are on you today as well, we have a developing low-pressure system driving in the risk of severe weather with damaging winds, heavy rainfall and also damaging surf likely. I'll be giving Smith's Beach a miss today. Now we are seeing showers likely for you in Perth. Extreme heat continues to grip the south. Adelaide 40 degrees, and we also have the risk of showers today for tropical Queensland. Now searing heat is continuing in the far west of the state. Hot conditions combining with weak instability to produce isolated gusty thunderstorms over the southern inland for you in Queensland. It's dry and settled for much of southeast Queensland. Showers and thunderstorms are thread across parts of New South Wales, really the eastern half, and they'll be more likely on the ranges. We aren't ruling out severe thunderstorms like what we did see in Albury, with damaging winds and heavy rainfall the main threat. So all eyes on New South Wales as well, with a very stormy setup for your Wednesday. 45 degrees in Bourke is your 15th consecutive day, so over 2 weeks above 40 degrees. Searing heat continuing through inland regions of Victoria as well. Mildura 41 degrees. With the influence of a sea breeze, we have a mild day through southern Victoria. All eyes are on Tasmania. We have seen a southerly change move over the state overnight. Not too much in terms of precipitation though, unfortunately, to provide, of course, a reprieve for the firefighting efforts through the centre and the south. And of course, southerly winds will be pushing smoke towards northern regions of the state today. The State Emergency Services have issued an extreme heat warning today for parts of South Australia. Severe fire danger is also forecast for the west coast of the state. It's looking absolutely searing, but we're not quite seeing those winds picking up. The fire weather warnings will be increasing to end off this week. All eyes are on the Southwest Land Division. Take a look at this forecast. In the middle of summer, we have showers, thunderstorms and windy weather forecast right across the Southwest Land Division. Elevated fire danger as well, with extreme fire danger has been forecast through parts of WA, with those winds increasing, and showers will be increasing over western parts of the southwest coast. Gusty winds, they're also possible over much of the Southwest Land Division, including Perth, Bunbury and also Albany. Now, the North Kimberley coast is in the firing line. Over the next week or so, we could see the development of Tropical Cyclone Riley, And a watch area has already been issued as well. So Broome seeing that cloud cover increase. The monsoon trough is also here. You can see that white dash line. That's our trough, and that is driving in the risk of showers and thunderstorms in the north.
Extreme heat and dangerous fire weather is developing again in southern and southeast Australia. That will bring potentially 40-degree weather to Tasmania on Friday. Not good for those fires. But before we get to that, let's take a look at Western Australia today. A strong low-pressure system has formed off the southwest coast. It's already brought the heaviest rain in over 4 years for parts of the Capes, and it's going to be lingering around today, bringing gales with it and the potential for damaging surf. Thankfully, the worst of the weather will ease back tomorrow. Looking at some forecasts here, you can see the center of that low forming very close to the shoreline. Inland, look at those temperatures. With that west to southwesterly change, we're seeing temperatures around 5 to 10 degrees above the long-term average. This is in stark contrast to the 40-degree temperatures we saw over the weekend. That pocket of gales to the north of the low is highlighted in red there. That's going to be bringing sustained winds potentially in excess of 60 kilometers an hour. Gusts may be as high as 100 kilometers an hour there. And embedded within that will also be heavy rain and showers at times with the odd thunderstorm. Now, the worst of the rain doesn't look to hit the Perth area. Perth, maybe a few showers at times. Pretty windy today, too. But it doesn't look like the worst of the weather is going to be hitting you. It will be unseasonably cool, though. It is going to be bringing some of the best rain in months. We've already seen that in a number of locations like Witchcliffe, but even Perth has the chance of having the best rain at least 3 to 5 months or so. It's been bone dry the last 3 months there, only like 5 millimeters being collected altogether. Okay, let's take a look at what's happening in the south and southeast. It's hot today in South Australia. It's hot today in many areas in New South Wales and Victoria. But what we have is extreme heat developing, particularly tomorrow. In fact, we're going to see 45-degree heat, maybe even in Adelaide, and we're going to see 40-degree heat parts of eastern Tasmania on Friday. That's going to lead to dangerous fire weather. It's because we have hot and dry northerly winds. This shading here is 40-degree heat. This shading here is 45-degree heat. Widespread over parts of South Australia, western New South Wales, and Victoria. That's going to be bringing potentially record-breaking all-time maxes here. Yet again, we're talking about this is very, very hot, even for an Australian summer. Now let's look forward. On Thursday, we'll see a westerly change rolling across South Australia overnight. That'll bring some cooling, but it'll still be very hot in Victoria. And look at Tasmania's temperatures here. This is 35 plus with the potential for 40-degree heat in some areas in the west. That could challenge all-time Tasmanian records. And then New South Wales, the Riverina region, also getting very, very hot. With this northerly flow, it'll be very gusty as well. Gusts 60, 70 kilometers an hour across Tasmania. This is dangerous fire weather, particularly given the current bushfire situation in the region. Looking ahead to Saturday, we see a west-southwesterly change rolling over Victoria, Tasmania, dropping temperatures and bringing relief there, but it still remains exceedingly hot in New South Wales with parts of Sydney seeing 40-degree heat.